Okay, students, let's continue that topic, that is echo. The conditions which are required to hear a clear echo are, the first one is, that is the time gap between the source of sound and the reflected sound is 0.1 second, and the second one is the distance. In air medium, the distance should be 17 meter between the source and the reflector, and when it comes to different medium, this distance is going to be changes. So in air medium, its distance is 17 meter. 17 meter. How we got 17 meter? By using this equation. Distance is equals to v into t divided by 2. So distance is equals to, so v is nothing but the speed of sound in air medium, that is 340 meter per second into the time gap is how much? That is 0.1 second divided by 2. Distance is equals to 340 into 0.1, that is 34 divided by 2. Distance is equals to 17 meter. So in air medium, to hear a clear echo, 17 meter distance should be there between the source and the reflector. And when it comes to the liquid medium, then how much distance should be there to hear echo in liquid medium? So let's find out that. D is equals to V into T divided by 2. So distance is equals to, V is nothing but the speed of sound in liquid medium. So what is the speed of sound in liquid? That is nearly 1400 into the time is 0.1 second divided by 2. So distance is equals to 1400 into 0.1, that is 140 divided by 2. Distance is equals to 70 meter. So in air medium, to hear a clear echo, there must be a distance of 17 meter between the source and the reflector, and in liquid medium, there must be a distance of 70 meter between the source and the reflector. And this is the distance to hear a clear echo in air medium as well as in liquid medium. So next one is, the next condition is, the size of the reflector should be greater than wavelength of the sound wave. Then only the sound gets reflected back from that obstacle. If the size is smaller, size of the reflector is smaller than the wavelength of a sound wave, then no sound gets reflected back into the same medium. So only when the sound wave gets reflected back, only when the size of the reflector is bigger than wavelength of incident sound, then only the sound wave gets reflected. At that time we can hear a clear echo. And the fourth condition is, whatever the source produces sound, how that sound should be? It should be very high intensity. Then only after the reflection, the person can able to hear a very louder reflected sound. So that's why the intensity of the original sound should be such that the reflected sound should be here to the person. And these are the four conditions the sound must follow to hear a clear echo. So next one is the uses of echo. So echo can be used uses of echo. Echo can be used in two very important methods. One is sound ranging, and the second one is echo depth sounding. So in these two methods, actually the echo is used. The principle of echo is used in sound ranging and echo depth sounding. So actually in these two methods, an ultrasonic sound waves are used. Only an ultrasonic sound waves are used in these two methods. So may I the audible range of frequency sound waves are not used in sound ranging and echo depth sounding. So why audible sound waves are not used in these? Because the audible range of frequency of sound, they do not travel for a long distance without deviating. But an ultrasonic sound, they exhibits a property of they travel for a long distance without deviating. And in medium, these sound waves, they do not absorb very easily. So that's why in sound ranging and echo depth sounding, an ultrasonic sound waves are used. So very important question. So why an ultrasonic sound waves are used in sound ranging and echo depth sounding? So why? Because the ultrasonic sound waves are travel for a long distance without deviating and they cannot be easily absorbed in the medium. So for these purposes, an ultrasonic sound waves are used in sound ranging and echo depth sounding. So echoes used by bats. Dolphins and fishermen. So just to remember one thing, all the animals, they have different sensitivity of hearing. So the animals like bats, dolphins, dogs, they have a sensitivity of hearing is much higher than human beings. For example, the bats can able to produce and detect the sound waves of about frequency of 100 kilohertz. So that's why when the bats are flying, they produces ultrasonic sound waves to find or detect an obstacle which is present in its path. So when the bats are flying, they produces an ultrasonic sound waves to find an obstacle. If any obstacle is there in its path, then that sound gets reflected from that obstacle, and by hearing a clear echo by the bats, it will come to know that an object is there in front of it or in its path. So due to this reason, it can easily change its path without colliding with that object. So bats produces an ultrasonic sound wave to detect or to find an obstacle which is present in its path. And next, dolphins. So dolphins also produces an ultrasonic sound waves to find enemy locations, or for hunting purposes they uses an ultrasonic sound waves. And when it comes to fisherman, to find at how much distance the fishes are there inside the sea, so he uses or he sent an ultrasonic pulses from a device into the sea. Then if any fish is there here, that sound gets reflected from that fish, and he note down the time, the to and fro motion of that pulse he noted, and by using the relation d is equals to b into t divided by 2, he can find at how much depth the fish is there. So that is d is equals to vt by 2. So here v is the speed of ultrasonic sound in sea water, that is 1400 meter per second. And next one is echoes used in a device, sonar. Sonar is nothing but sound. SO is nothing but sound, navigation and ranging. So in this method also, an ultrasonic sound waves are sent into the sea in all the direction, and the sound wave gets reflected from an obstacle such as enemy locations or sunken ship or any obstacles which is present inside the sea. Then the time is noted down, that is t, that is for to and fro motion of that ultrasonic sound wave, and then they can easily find out the distance of that obstacle which is present inside that T by using this relation D is equals to Vt by 2. And this sonar device is also used to find the depth of sea. So here by using this device, they can send ultrasonic sound waves in all the direction into the sea, and they will note down the time taken by that pulse to reach the device again after reflection, and by using this relation they can easily find out the depth of a sea. So in all these cases an echo method is used, and in these cases which type of sound waves are used? Ultrasonic sound waves. I told you already why only the ultrasonic sound waves are used in these cases. Why? What are the two conditions for the usage of ultrasonic sound waves in these conditions? One is they travel without undeviated for a long distance, and they cannot absorb easily in the medium. And these sound waves, means ultrasonic sound waves, are also used to get the image of some body organs of human. So to get the image of human heart by using this ultrasonic sound waves, that is called as ultrasonography. So these are the some uses of echoes in our daily life. So in the next class we will go, or we will solve some numericals which are related to this first part of the sound. Thank you.